What's up, guys? Welcome back to Blueclouds TV. Good afternoon, good evening to everyone out there, especially Blueclouds media fan. Welcome back again to Football Minutes Live, hosted by Nate, Zion, and Steven, brought to you live by Blueclouds media YouTube channel. We are streaming live on YouTube, and also you can catch the stream up on Facebook, Blueclouds media on Facebook, then also on X. We are right there streaming live now, so whichever platform you found yourself, you can check to those platforms. You can get this content right there. And what do we have on the table today? Big game that will be kicked off in the next couple hours. I think 3 hours. Chelsea will be hosting Newcastle United. Yes, Chelsea will be hosting Newcastle United in the Carabao Cup quarterfinals. Getting close. Mauricio Pochettino is getting close to title. Can he do it? Can he do it? That is what we're here to talk about. Injury crisis. Can Chelsea and Newcastle United cope with 18 players out prior to the game that we played later on tonight? Is Christopher Nkunku ready? Will he start or will he start from the bench? What's your thoughts on that? Transfer, and also we have some transfer updates for you today. Chelsea are also in for a defender. 80 million is a price tag target. We'll be talking about that later on. Then the WONDERKID incoming Ecuadorian Kendrick Paez visits Stamford Bridge, and he will be watching the game tonight and see what his parent club is all about. The blue is getting to his blood. Can any fringe player step up and surprise in the starting 11 for any of these teams? What is Mauricio Pochettino's priority and mindset for this competition? Is he winning the Carabao Cup? Is he winning the Carabao Cup a realistic for Mauricio Pochettino? Time will tell. So, guys, this is what we have for you on the platform today. So, join us. Let us know what your thoughts are on the big game coming up. Your predictions, scoreline, your predicted lineup. Also, drop them in the comment section below, and do not forget to like the video, subscribe to Blueclouds media platform, and share the video so others that don't know much about this platform can also get to it. So stay in there. We'll be right back in a second. Welcome back again, beautiful people. Welcome back to Football Minutes Live, brought to you by Blueclouds Media. My name is Nee, and I'm back live again discussing the upcoming fixture, Newcastle United and Chelsea, or the other way, Chelsea and Newcastle United locking on. So the most unfortunate thing about this game that I don't like is the VAR not present in this game. We might see so many dodgy calls, but also we're going to talk about this referee. There's nothing much about him, but there's something there that why is he refereeing so many of our games? If we used to know that Anthony Taylor used to be the guy, now is this guy. We'll talk about that referee as the stream keep going on. Let me welcome my co-host, my brother, Steven. Steven, can you hear me?
Yep, I was just trying to get off mute and open it into full screen, make life easier.
Absolutely. Sorry about that. I was just trying to make sure you can hear me. Welcome back again. Stream another episode on Football Minutes. We're discussing the big game, we're reviewing the big game that will be taking off in the next 3 hours in Stamford Bridge. Newcastle United, Chelsea, Newcastle. We know Newcastle have lots of players, but putting all these players that will be missing in tonight's game, it's a total of 18 players. Are we going to see that intensity? Are we going to see that beautiful football that the fans want to see in today's game, Stephen G?
I'll be honest with you, it's a quarterfinal, probably got to be a cagey game. So long as we win, I couldn't care. Like, obviously, ideally, you have a good performance to go with it, but you're in the quarterfinal. Who cares how you win? So long as you win, well, not just in the quarterfinal, but in terms of any game. Like, obviously, I want a good performance to go with the result, but if we get the result, I'm not fussed at the moment because we understand these players are young. It's a process. There's got to be inconsistency. So that's why I'm not overly bothered. But like I said, the majority of the time we have played well this season for the most part. So I'm not so worried about that. I'm more worried about can we actually finish our chances? Because for the last 2-3 years, that's been our biggest issue. The performances weren't there last year. We weren't finishing last year. This year, we're not finishing, but we got performances there, and we've deserved to win multiple games.
I agree with you, Steven. Can we finish a chance? This is what Steven is saying. Big up to 1207. 1207, big up to you. It's always nice to see you guys, and everyone is watching us live on Facebook. Thank you for doing that. And also, I know you're liking it, but send your comments, send your prediction, your predicted 11, your scoreline, predicted scoreline also in the comment section below. And I'm very, very happy. And I'll be very happy to read that loud for you. And let me know where you are watching the stream from. If you're a Chelsea fan, give me a thumb up. Whatever fan you are, this platform is open for each and everyone as we discuss football. And also another breaking news that is, I think it's in English football, is Nottingham Forest, Steve Cooper has been fired. The incoming of Nuno Espirito Santos will be moving his way to I think in London, right? Forest is in London.
Huh? No, Forest is Nottingham.
Nottingham Forest. Okay, all right. So yeah, Steve Cooper is making his way out there. So if you are watching live, that's the breaking news at this moment. Steve Cooper has been fired. If you guys can remember, that is the same football club where Chelsea loanee Andrew Santos. Yeah, Andrew Santos, sensational player from Brazil who was being loaned to that football club. And Steve Cooper, you say some people could say that the players that Cooper has in his possession are not that good, but I doubt they are not good. A lot of players there. One player alone has been the problem, which is Tawi Awanyani, if I can say his name right. Yeah, it's a very difficult name to say. I think he's a Nigerian. He's one of these their prolific strikers. Yes, he's Nigerian. He's very, very good. So without him, they create chances just like Chelsea, but they cannot finish. But lucky for Chelsea, we have at least we have some players that can finish one way or the other. We have Jackson. When on a good day he can finish those chances. We have Cole Palmer, who when he gets all spent, he will put it in the back of the net. We have Raheem Sterling also on a good day. He will finish those chances for Chelsea. But then, yeah, Cooper has been sacked. We are on it. We're going to start with our predicted 11 very soon. And also our predicted scoreline. We'll drop that before we end the stream. So if you're watching live on X and also watching us live on Facebook, Isaiah, thank you very much for liking the video. Also watching us live on Facebook. Thank you very much. And let us know where you're watching us from. Stephen has take us through what might be the problem for Chelsea, which is the finishing, creating, it's not a problem for Chelsea, but finishing has been the most difficult situation. A story that we've been talking about all season. Nicholas Jackson's consistency hasn't been there. Raheem Sterling's consistency hasn't been there. Palmer, I wouldn't go that hard on Palmer. Him too. There are certain games that he's been a bit dodgy. A lot is expected from Mihailo Modric. He hasn't performed that well. He's been dodgy. Also, when he starts setting games, fans are expecting a lot from him. But we'll see what Mihailo Modric can do today to be able to knock out Newcastle United, as they are going through lots of injury, players that are injured, many of them. But did Chelsea learn anything from the away game that they played against Newcastle United at St. James's Park? Did they learn anything? If they did, they have to show what they learned against Newcastle playing away, with playing lots of fringe players. And can any of these fringe players stand out to be stars in today's game? We're going to look into that too. Big up to you, Lord of Vipper Nation. Vipper Nation said 1-1 goes to pens or 2-1 either side. We'll see which one wins it. But let me know what your starting lineup also is. Steven, back to you again. We are discussing the review of tonight's game. You've talked about chances that need to be finished, which has been a big problem for us. Another young kid, Kendrick Paez, will be at Stamford Bridge watching this game. What do you think that in his mindset he'll be thinking about watching a game like that in Premier League, traveling all the way from Ecuador all the way here, watching Premier League the first time?
I think the important thing is he's coming over, so he'll get to meet some players that are going to be his new teammates when he comes in a couple of years. Obviously, they're not all going to be here because things change quickly in football. But he'll get to know some of them. He'll get to meet like Palmer and all of them. Palmer's very likely to still be here, for example. Hence, I mentioned him. But yeah, there will be a few players that are definitely be here, and then there'll be others that are questionable. And then you've got Thiago Silva, who almost definitely going to be gone probably within the next 6 months. But it would be nice for him to meet him and sort of maybe talk to some others like Enzo, who obviously Enzo and Caicedo, both South American as well. Caicedo, he would have spoken to in the national team because obviously they're both in the senior team. So he's probably got an idea of what everyone's like through Caicedo and being in the national team with him. But now he gets to actually meet them and introduce himself and stuff like that. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, he's meant to be, I don't know if it's this week he's meant to be training for a couple of days with them, or if that's in the summer, I can't remember. But there's a period where he's meant to be coming over and training for a bit.
All right, thank you very much. I think that's a very, very good exercise. Just like you said, the training with the top players. I know he's a very, very good player, but this is a different level. It's a high step up from where he used to play in Ecuador to coming to the English Premier League. We know how even top players have struggled to be able to hit the ground running in the Premier League. So I think he's going to understand the culture and also be able to have that experience in how the noise. I don't think you have that problem with the noise, the fans, celebrations, and all that kind of stuff. But then what the culture is all about is what matters most for this young chap.
Was that a question or was that
no? It was the statement from me, from what I think that it will help.
For a while you were waiting, and I didn't know if you were asking it as a question or not because I weren't prepared for that.
Oh, not really. I was just checking my notes and see what we got next regarding the reviews. With yesterday, I don't want us to go back and then bring stuff that we've already discussed yesterday. That would prolong the stream. So I'm trying to move on from looking into the injury list, and we all know the injury list already. Combine these two together,
like 20 players potentially.
Yeah, 18 to 20 players, and what I ask is, do you think that Chelsea have learned their mistake from the away game in St James's Park compared to this game? Would they learn? Did they take any lesson from that defeat?
I'm sure there'll be a lot that's taken away from it. I mean, we just weren't at the races on the day.
Yeah.
We weren't good enough. That's been admitted that we weren't good enough. So we need to see it. We need to see them prove it. We need to see them fight from the beginning, especially not just because of it's a quarterfinal, but it's a team that is on the up in Newcastle. They're on the up under their ownership with the Saudi money and everything like that. So they're a team that we're going to be competing with. Once we actually have these players developed, we're going to be competing with teams like Newcastle. And that's the thing. We need to put down a marker. We need to go out there, put our best performance in, make sure we go to the next round and make a statement. Because we all know that the longer you go when it comes to cups, the more confidence you get for other competitions. And that can help you long-term for your season ambitions.
And how important is this game for Mauricio Pochettino, considering he hasn't won any trophy on the English soil? How is he taking this game seriously?
I don't think it's a case of it's important because he hasn't won a trophy on English soil. I think as a manager and as a player, I think it was Mikel said it on his podcast with Jose that came out the other day.
Yeah.
Essentially, as a player, they're going to want to win it. But also, managers have to do their part in that, right? So Mikel was saying, as a player, you have like a short career, right? If you're lucky, you're playing 20 years if you're lucky, right? So like a Thiago Silva, perfect example, right? Mm-hmm. So you want to make sure you win everything. So to the players and to the staff, it won't matter. It's the Carabao Cup. And at this point, I think it don't really matter to most of the fan base. I'll be honest. I think a lot of the fan base just want to win something. So I don't think they're bothered. At the end of the day, if we win it, okay, it's Conference League, but you still got European football. And if it is Conference League, you don't have to use your strongest team. You can use more of your rotational guys, and then obviously that means that you have your strongest team for the Premier League until you get to the knockout stages at least. But when you get some of the Europa League teams coming in, which will be stronger.
But Stephen, Chelsea are not playing in Europe right now. They have lots of players.
No, right now we're not. But I'm saying by winning this, winning this qualifies you for the Conference League.
That's right.
So that's why I'm saying, like, you win this, then you don't have to use your strongest squad. Like on a Thursday in the group stages, you can play a bit of a rotation team, especially for the level that we're at with our squad. We can put some of our rotational players out and still get the wins, and then we can put our strongest team on a weekend.
Well, that makes a lot of sense.
I'm saying, like, long term, outside of just this season, if we win the competition and qualify for Conference League, it helps the young players that are maybe coming through the under-21s or been out on loan, because then we've got more games in more competitions to give more minutes.
All right, so thank you very much, Stephen G. There you go. Stephen said, yes, winning this competition qualifies to play in the Europa Conference League, a league that I don't want to see myself in there, but it's better than none. At least you have to prioritize playing in Europe. It gives you much more experience, and the young players can also learn from it. You build from there. When Jose came to Chelsea, he started winning the FA Cups, Carabao Cups, and all those small trophies that build winning mentality into the players. So we start from somewhere, from grade 3, move your way out to 2, and then you get to the 1. So thank you very much. I want to love you forever. She said hello, Nizion and Stephen. I'm watching you live while I work. Very busy day for me. Hope everyone is doing very well. Everyone is doing wonderful. I want to love you forever. Thank you very much for joining the show today. Thank each and everyone. Lord Vip Nation, 1207 again. And then my brother Stephen G. Thank each and every one of you that makes this show every day possible. And you guys that joined in, you're wonderful. If you're watching us live from X, thank you for doing that. If you're watching us live from Blueclouds Media on Facebook, thank you for doing that. And all our fans also on YouTube, thank you for joining the show. And guys, do not forget to share the stream. Wherever you're watching it from, share the stream. It will help others that don't know much about this platform to also know and get the link and then join us if they want to have a say. And also, I usually send the link in there. So if you have time and you want to come on and say something regarding tonight's game, yes, the channel is there. It's free for you to join and hop on the channel and have a say. So that's what we are. We'll be looking at some of these fringe players that we think that they might play for both sides. I'm not going to pay so much attention to Newcastle United. I'll look into Chelsea's side and see some of these noticeable players that we might see playing today. I haven't seen any predicted lineup yet because it's very, very difficult to predict Mauricio Pochettino's lineup. Very difficult, just like
really
Graham Potter.
Like, he'll go strong because it's a quarterfinal and it's a Premier League team. He'll definitely go strong for that factor and the factor that he will want to win the competition, as will the players. So he'll go probably as strong as he can possibly go, factoring in injuries and stuff like that.
So we might see probably the same starting lineup, same defense, same midfield, and some dodgy
I think
players in the
Gusto
attacking role.
might start. I think if Gusto's ready, Gusto's 100% starting today.
I think he was ready in the last game. Also, I saw him training today. So just like Gusto should be in.
Is he ready to start a game? Is completely different.
I don't know, but I don't know because we playing what do you call him? Newcastle United. It's not going to be an easy game because they also want to win trophy. So I think starting Gusto on the right hand side wouldn't be that bad. He's training very well. I think he can. From what I saw today, he can. And we saw Madueke also stretching his legs over there, getting ready. We should see a lot of these players coming back by February, Stephen, shouldn't we?
I think I saw something. I can't remember where I saw it, but apparently Carney's meant to be back around about January. I think I saw.
Yeah. Big up to Weak Sauce. Big up to Weak Sauce in house. Weak Sauce, how you doing, brother? He said, if we lose to this heavily injured side, who has been playing more games than us, I will lose all hope for top 8. Oh man, let's pray that they don't. He came again, says, please stop playing CB at fullback. Who
would you play there out of curiosity? Because obviously I speak to you quite regularly in the Discord, but I'm curious, Weak Sauce, who you would play there. Because Gusto might not be 100%, but if he's not, who do you play there? And who would you put at left back? Because both left backs are out.
CB, which is who? Cole, is it?
No, centre back.
Yeah. It says do not
Stop
play
playing centre back at fullback.
At fullback. Oh, he's talking about Cowell. Leave out Cowell.
No, centre backs. So Disasi, Colwell, any other centre back that plays there, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I get Weak Sauce now. It says Corella, Gustav, Madsen. Madsen's situation is very difficult. I don't think that
Correa's had surgery. He's out.
Yeah, Corella is out. Madsen is ready.
Correa will be out till about February, March. That's the issue there. Martin, I don't know if Poch trusts him like that, I'll be honest. I wouldn't be opposed to it personally, but I don't think Poch rates him as a fullback. I think that's why the majority of the time, if not all the time that he's been playing, has been in the attacking roles. But yeah, I'm with you. I would happily start Martin at left back because he is a natural left back, and it would mean we can actually play our centre backs in centre back, especially like Colwell and that, because that's the priority.
Stephen, if you go back at the beginning of the season, our discussion on this channel was Madsen don't have the height, but we've realized that Cucurella is not that tall either. You get what I'm saying?
I mean, Cucurella wasn't tall.
Yeah, so what's the argument there? Then I think the press conference we had a couple of days ago, Mauricio Pochettino outlined the reason why he's not using Matson. He said Matson was coming from a low division league, which is the championship, and now coming to a higher division league, which is a Premier League. It's way different. But we saw what Matson can do in during preseason with Jackson, with Nkunku, all these guys in there. Maxim was scoring during when he was playing during in the preseason, but he was playing higher than what he used to play for Burnley. He was playing the left back for Burnley, but during preseason he was upper playing attacking role, and he scored goals. So why do you think he cannot play that left back role? I don't think there's anything wrong with it. He was playing the same role with was it Burnley, right? Burnley, and he stood out. He played very well.
He is more of a left back.
Yeah. So left back, left wing back, he can play that role. He did it. He did it during preseason. So what's stopping Maxim from playing that role for Chelsea? And I feel like Mauricio Pochettino is not being fair to the young lad. I know he started some games.
It depends on what he prioritizes in a left back, though, and how he profiles and what he wants from a left back.
But what's the difference between what Matson can do and Cucurella? There's not much difference. Cucurella doesn't even defend well.
I prefer Matson over Cucurella, but there's obviously something there that Poch doesn't really like Matson at left back for some reason. What that is, I have no idea. I wish I did, because that would be quite interesting to know. Because it literally has been like every game he's come on has been as a winger. So,
oh my goodness. Before we move on, I want to say happy birthday to the legend, the man that tackles for all angles. That's throw his body everywhere to block every ball, to one and only Gary Cahill. Gary Cahill. Gary Cahill, great guy, and I want to wish him a happy birthday on our platform. Absolutely, what a player, what a legend Gary Cahill was for Chelsea. Oh, he is for Chelsea. Sorry, what a legend he is for Chelsea. And then I'm one of those lucky guys that had a chance to meet Gary Cahill during my work. Had a chance to meet Gary Cahill. So yeah. Yeah, I'm very happy.
It with your message on X, didn't you? You posted the picture with it.
I want to put that picture on the platform whilst we're still sharing the information. So, yeah, like I said, I was very, very lucky to meet Mr. Gary Cahill during one of my works in a Chelsea store in the United States. I was very, very happy. I met him, not too much of just about maybe 5 minutes around him. And then I told him how good he is, how good he was during his time at Chelsea, and how the fans love him. He already know that. I don't have to tell him that, because he was amazing. He was just an amazing player in his time at Chelsea. Trying to get the picture in there. Hope I can find it. I got too many of them here. Steven, anything you want to drop it? You want to drop on regarding to tomorrow's game? I mean, today's game. Sorry, later today's game.
There's not really much more to add. We touched on injuries yesterday. There's no point going over that again.
Yeah.
But yeah. Weak source said, when the system's working, you can experiment with youth, but when you're struggling like us, you play more experienced players to make up for the issues. Noni and Martin won't play because we can't handle them with problems we already have. That also makes sense, but I wonder if there's other stuff attributed to it as well.
But you can even wonder how many experienced players do we even have for us to count? Only the most experienced player we can have in our team right now, it's maybe 2-3 players. One is Ryan Sterling. Second will be what's his name? Conor Gallagher, who has a lot of experience with, and also Caicedo is one of them. But the rest don't have that many experience.
Sterling, Caicedo, like there is quite a few.
Maybe you can talk about Thiago Silva experience also.
You got to talk about Silva when you're talking experience.
Yeah, Thiago Silva. That's what I said. Thiago Silva, not Nicholas Jackson. Thiago Silva, Conor Gallagher, Ryan Sterling. Not that many experience that we have in the team. So it's always very, very difficult when we're talking about
Oh wait,
experience.
I've
Not
got a
many
picture for this.
compared to maybe the likes of Arsenal, the likes of Manchester City,
Okay,
who have got
curiosity. What
vows
are
of
you
experience.
classing by experience in terms of like how
Okay,
many games they've played senior level, or what? Like, what are we?
well, this my experience in terms of this game is those that have Premier League experience, which Thiago Silva has it, which Gallagher, Conor Gallagher has that experience also with Crystal Palace, then moving back to his
Yeah, but
current club.
how many games
Ryan,
are you classing it as, though? Is what I'm saying.
with Gallagher.
No, but I'm saying you're saying experience,
Mm.
but what are you classing as experience? Like, are you classing it as a set number of games, set number of seasons? Like, are
Said
we
number of games, not season, number of games, because
okay? Are we
I,
talking players that are fit or just the general squad?
the general squad.
Okay, so you've got Nkunku, Sanchez,
No, I didn't have
Reese.
Nkunku there.
No, but I'm saying
Okay.
Nkunku is experienced.
Mhm.
Reese is. I think he's played quite a few. I mean, he was part of a big moment for the club as well. Yeah, Sanchez has got quite a few. Um, Sterling,
Sanchez.
of course, Gallagher,
Yeah.
Nkunku. Who
With
else
all
have we
this,
got?
it's either Thiago Silva, Ryan
Even Chilwell.
Sterling, and
Chilwell's played
Conor
like
Gallagher.
150 odd games.
I'm not counting Chua because of his injured. I said the whole
Okay, but
club,
you just said the squad in general.
the
So
squad
then
in
I said
general.
Reese and you didn't say that.
Yeah, okay. I think I overheard you. But Reese also, I'm not counting Reese because he's injured.
Kukurea. Kukurea's in there. He's not fit for tonight, but he has got experience. He is in. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So I mean, about 6, 7 players.
Got a fair few, to be fair.
Yeah.
I mean, one, two. Petrovic has a few, but the majority of that is in the MLS. So,
Stephen, we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on
Mhm.
from the big game tonight. We'll talk a little bit about another player, center back that I've linked with Chelsea. I'm not so sure, Stephen, if you've heard of him. His name is very hefty to pronounce, but I'll try. I'll try my best to
Club?
see it. Huh?
Club? What club?
Um, I think his name. I can't find. Let me see if I can find it too.
Who's he play for? Do you know? Or do you only know the name?
I think it's coming from the Italian league, if I can remember. All right, I think I'll get it from here. Give me a second. What's the
Centre
name?
back?
Yeah, center back. He's a center back. Can't find the name. Where?
Is it from Torino by any chance?
Torino.
Does it start with a B? The surname start with a B?
Mm, B. Not too sure. Not too sure. All right, give me a second. Give me a second. I'll get it. I'll
Mhm.
get his name from here. Give me a second. Apologize, guys. I have the name, but I think I've.
It's buried in your notes.
Yeah, it's true. I'll find it in a second. Let me find it. I'll find the name. I have the information written down. Yeah, it start with a B, serial, Steven. It start with a B.
Is
It
it
start with a B.
Buongiorno or something?
Alexandro something. Alexandro something.
Buongiorno.
Yeah, Biangiano. Yeah,
That's the exact guy I was looking at. I just went to Serie A, looked at
yeah,
centre backs.
yeah. It's him. It's him. Yeah, Alexandro. According to reports, it's Torino. It's a Torino. Yeah, you're right,
Mhm.
Steven. Torino. Center back
24-year-old,
Alexandro.
about 6'3", left-footed centre back.
Yeah, but Steven, we're
I
talking
think
about
he can
80
also
million.
play left back.
80 million.
Oh hell no, I ain't paying no 80 million.
That's a price tag on this guy.
Nah, man.
80 million is the price tag on him. 80 million is a price tag. Too heavy. Too heavy. I mean, 50 million should be good.
Never 80 million.
Yeah, centre back. 24 years old. But I give. He's a very, very good defender. So that's a player. We'll talk more about him. We'll bring more statistics on his height and what he can do tomorrow. Today's just a preview show on today's game. So yes, we've talked about it. Then also, Stephen, we did talk about Kendrick Paez, right? Didn't we?
Give me 1 second. Someone's at the door.
All right, so guys, we've talked about Kendrick Paez. He will be in the game today. We'll talk about him. He will be watching the game tonight at Stamford Bridge against the Newcastle. Good player. If you haven't seen him play, you need to watch him. I've watched him play a couple games. I think during preseason or even when the season started, live game on TV. Someone sent a link through the Discord and I watch him. He's sensational. He is brilliant player, very smart. For his age and how he played against. If you guys can watch either the World Cup qualifier, he plays in the World Cup qualifier for Ecuador, and he was outstanding. So another player that may grow up to be much better of a player for Chelsea. So yes, just like Chelsea are doing, catch them young and they will be yours forever. 1207 said, what's your 11? My 11, I'll go with Petrovic, which Petrovic is the guy we have in goal post for us. So Petrovic in goal post, I'll have Thiago Silva in there because you have to go big. You have to go with your best players. You don't have any option, but you go with your best players in this game. I'll go with Thiago Silva. Who else would I have there? Let me see my predicted lineup that I have here in a second. I'll go with Thiago Silva. See if Gusta is ready. I always start with Matson at the left hand side. Same with Caicedo. I'll start Caicedo and Enzo Fernandez. I'll let Gallagher come up from the bench, or either Caicedo or Gallagher, because definitely have to be a captain. Probably Gallagher might be the captain, either Gallagher or Enzo Fernandez or Gallagher or Caicedo. Either three of them will work for me. To me, I don't have a problem with any of them. Up front, Jackson will start Modric, come up from the bench. I'll start Cole Palmer on the right-hand side. I'll start Raheem Sterling on the left-hand side. Second half, I can bring in Modric from the bench. And also, I'll see if I can have either Caicedo or Enzo Fernandez coming up from the bench. That is what I will go with. Just like Mauricio Pochettino has been doing all the time. So, it shouldn't be that much of a difference because Poch will keep consistency. Consistency is very, very important in games of this magnitude. Consistency, keep the same. If it's not broken, why do you change? And we don't have even the one that is even broken. I would say we don't have the consistent starting 11 that comes in and win games and games all the time. We have, some coming out and also coming in. So that's what I would go with. Not so sure of the 1207 what your starting 11 is. But guys, so we just have 5 minutes to go. I'll drop the link in there if you have a little bit of time. You want to come over here and have your say regarding tonight's game. So we'll see what your thoughts are on today's game. Isaiah, thank you very much again for dropping a like on the video. Isaiah. Yeah, I wouldn't change anything. And I wouldn't change the formation that played against or the starting lineup that played against Sheffield United. Only I want to see Ian Matson playing. Ian Matson has to play. He has been. I don't think he has he's been treated fairly, in my opinion. I don't think he's been treated fairly. Captain is gone, so definitely Gallagher will come over and replace Reece James. In my opinion, definitely he's going to be the captain. So either Gallagher or Caicedo or Gallagher or Enzo Fernandez, one of them, because the captain has to be in the game. Cole Palmer, like I've said, he'll come over and take the right hand side. and I think it's more better playing as the creator, maybe number 10 instead of being a winger. But we always see him coming in, moving out to the right hand side, coming to the left hand side. I haven't seen him much better on the left, but he comes to the middle and the right, middle and the right, middle and the right to be that creator, the number 10 player for us. And also, I saw something the other day. I'm not sure if you guys did see what I saw regarding Nicholas Jackson. He moved to the right a little bit as a winger, and he was much better. But I don't think that the wings from the wing side is what suits him the best. Stephen back. Scala United, you've been hiding down there. I don't know how long you've been in there. Scala, welcome to the stream.
Yeah, just been there like about 10 seconds. I just came
Oh,
right
okay.
now. Yeah.
How are you doing? It's been a long time.
Yeah, been a while. Yeah, I'm doing fine. I mean,
Okay.
I'm doing better than my team, at least, I can say probably as Chelsea as well. We all are doing better than our respective teams. So, yeah, man, can't complain. But, with United, it's never a dull day with United. Something or the other is happening. Today's news is that we can't spend any money in January because of FFP. And on the flip side, I'm hearing Pochettino wanting to spend 80 million in January again.
More than
Because
that.
obviously,
More than
yeah,
80
more than
million.
that.
Yeah.
Because obviously you guys sell well. You guys are going to sell Chalobah and other players as well for good money. So you can balance your books. So I mean, yeah, man. I mean, it's not looking good for both our clubs, especially Chelsea, I guess, because of the amount of money. But with the size of United, we are always going to be on the limelight. So yeah, it is
But
what it is.
Scala, let me ask you. Manchester
I'm
United
back
are
though.
used. Oh, yeah, okay, Steven. Manchester United are used in bringing in academy players. We've seen the likes of Giggs, all these young players coming in, and they're able to sell some of them for good money, and they're able to integrate them to the senior side, and they perform better. What has changed over the years besides being a commercialization football club, always prioritizing commercial aspect? What has changed in the academy system?
See, I think this is one of the biggest myth that United bring to academy players, because if you look at top academy players who have come after the class of 1992, well, that's when they came. We have only produced one decent youngster, in Mason Greenwood, who obviously, whatever things happened to him, he went away. So we can't even claim him that he was from academy now. He was the only genuine talent since all those Beckhams, Nevilles, and Scholes and that lot. We haven't produced single good academy player, in my opinion. I don't classify Rashford as a good player because Rashford was like third or fourth in the pecking order. Even when he was in the academy, no one was talking about Rashford. It's just that Will Keane got injured against Midtjylland in the Europa League and Louis van Gaal. He didn't have any strikers, and Rashford was the only available one. He picked him, and fortunately for him, he scored 2 goals, and he scored against Arsenal. Now he's our second most earning player. So we are not a good. We have this record of playing or having one academy player in our match day squad since God knows when. But we are not like Chelsea. We don't produce good academy players. I mean, if you compare the academy players you guys produce, look at what Mark Gay is doing for Crystal Palace. I mean, Crystal Palace are not doing well at the moment, but Mark Gay, you sold him and how good he is doing. Look at Tomori. No, we haven't produced players like that. We are awful. Our academy players are McTominay. McTominay is the captain. He was captaining Liverpool. I mean, that just shows how bad we are. I mean, our academy players are like Tahith Chong, Hannibal, and I don't know if you remember this guy, 2016. He won the Under-17 World Cup. He was a captain. Angel Gomez. He got
Angel
shipped out to
Gomez.
Lille.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
do.
yeah. So I mean, we produce players like that who come and then they disappear. There was just so much hype about this guy, Shola Shoretire. I mean, he was supposed to be the next, I don't know what, Jude Bellingham, something like that. Now he's playing championship football. So this is a very big myth, which is put into the media that United have a good academy. Crystal Palace, have you look at their training ground, have you look at the academy facilities, it's like it's better than Real Madrid's academy facilities. If you look at how they have built it, we don't even have that. We have bricks and some grass lying around in our training facility. So
Man,
yeah, you can't compare modern day academy players with us to teams like United.
I sympathize a lot with Manchester United fans. I saw when the tunnel where you guys walk through, the players walk through to go on the field. Something needs to be
Yeah, it's
done.
old.
Something
Yeah,
needs to
yeah.
be done, and it's a long distance to walk from the tunnel onto the pitch. Look at it during halftime. The go and the managers have to walk a long distance from there across the length and breadth of the pitch to get to the dressing room and walk all the way back there. This Old Trafford need to be modified. It need to be remodified, and I understand. Even back in the couple of years ago, Manchester United brought in some great players. I'm sure one may be either two Italians. Yanazai is one of them. Yanazai, and another tall guy, which I think either he played two Premier League. He scored on his debut. Since then, we never saw him again. Two Italians. What happened to those two players?
I mean, look, Januzaj was not Italian; he was Belgian. So, I mean, again, he's another overhyped player. I think he had 5 good games, and everyone was comparing him with Ryan Giggs because how he moved. But again, the Premier League was too quick for him. Then he went to so many different clubs. He went to Dortmund. He dropped down to other like West Ham and some dead clubs like that, and now he's playing for Sociedad. So, you know, the only Italian player I can remember is Matteo Darmian because United don't really sign
There's another
Italian players.
Italian player there, but keep going. I'll remind you.
Oh, okay. I think you are mentioning Federico Macheda. That's
Federico Macheda. That guy.
Yeah, that
What
was in like
happened to him?
2008. Yeah. I mean, look, he just scored that 1 goal against Aston Villa in the dying moments, and then he disappeared, and he wasn't probably good enough. So I remember that time we had like Tevez, Rooney, Ronaldo. I mean, he was not that level. So he just scored that 1 goal and he disappeared. And this thing you have on your screen, this is a big fraud. This is just PR hype. Ten Hag was not the manager of the month. Look at what Emery has done. 25 games unbeaten at home. 25 games. He hasn't lost a single game. And he's, I think, third in the table right now with Aston Villa. Okay, you have to give Garnacho the goal of the month because obviously that overhead kick, that was,
That's him right there.
that was probably the goal of the year as well. So I'll give you that. Harry Maguire, this guy has the best PR in the whole country. Harry Maguire, player of the month. Have you watched Ollie Watkins? How many goals has he scored? Have you watched Bernardo Silva? I mean, these guys were.
If you can remember, you guys were keeping some good clean sheet in the Premier League. Harry Maguire has been awful in the Europe.
No. This is again a PR because most people. I mean, obviously, you're Chelsea fans. You're not obliged to watch United. We had 2 good clean sheet against Brentford and Sheffield United. These 2 are relegation sides. Especially Sheffield United.
Yeah.
What happened against Newcastle United in the League Cup? We got thrashed 3-0. What happened against Man City? We were dominated at home. They won easily. So when we were playing against big sides, Maguire disappeared. But since they want to build this kind of PR around him that Maguire is, coming back from all the views and all that, they gave him like a sympathy and, apathy player of the month. He was not player of the month. I mean, Mo Salah last month, he was so good. You can put some Arsenal players in that. So, but again, this is just, typical. They want to build United up, then they want to bring that down because obviously United sells news. So, yeah, man, Maguire. I mean, I was so happy that he was suspended or got injured against Liverpool because if he wasn't, then Varane would have been played. So,
I got one more question to you, and I'm sure Steven might have one. Steven, if you have a question for Scala whilst he's here, you can drop that question. 1207 said, "What's your 11?" I think I gave my 11. He was talking about he talked about Nkunku. Nkunku is not going to start. He's definitely going to come from the bench. So regarding Nkunku, I didn't put him in my starting lineup. He's definitely going to start from the bench. So that's when we're going to see Nkunku today. Definitely we will. Scala, one more question from me. I'm not sure Steven has his. My question is, Manchester United had 42 scouters scouting players across Europe, more than any other team or any other club in the Premier League. Brighton don't have that many scouters. Chelsea don't have that many scouters. Where the scouters scout, did any of these scouters scout Anthony before bringing him to the football club? Did Manchester United scout Anthony and pay 80
No,
million for him?
no. We don't scout players, man. I mean, can you? We don't scout players like how Chelsea do. They buy players like how many Brazilians we have bought. How many star kids and all these players we have bought. We sign in house. We just signed Alan Fletcher's kids to academy. That's our scouting.
Yeah.
We don't. We even if all these scouts you are mentioning, 42 scouts, they do their scouting, they get paid, and who are they reporting to? Because we don't have a sporting director. We don't have anyone who can take that input from the scout and say to the manager, okay, these are the scouts, these are the upcoming young talents in South America or Scandinavian countries. Can we have a look? Because we don't have that intercepting point between the manager and the scouting department. So we do. I mean, our CEO Richard Arnold and whatever MD John Murter, these guys are not footballing people. I mean, these are former bankers and CAs who have no experience in football. So yeah, I mean, what's the point of having a scout when the manager has his own book? That's why I'm not in favor of manager buying his own players, because that's when what happens. You spend 85 million on Anthony. We got we got our pants pulled on in that deal. Same goes for Højlund. 75 million for Højlund. This guy scored 8 goals and had three good months. So
yeah, they said he's better than Nicholas Jackson. That's up to you to say. Before we go to Stephen, had to drop his question. Big up to Bros family, the Bros family. Big up to you for being on the platform today. If you're a Chelsea fan, I'm saying you welcome to the channel. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, bro, what you waiting for? Subscribe and also do me a favor, share the video for us. And you're always welcome to Football Minutes Live, always brought to you by Blueclouds Media. He said, Broja, Sterling, Palmer, Modric, Jackson bench, and also Nkunku bench as well. Thank you very much. I don't know what my panels will have to say regarding Broja, Sterling, and Palmer. Modric probably is up. He's talking about the strikers. All these players to bench these players. That's what he's talking about. Stephen G, we're talking a little bit about Manchester United before we finish it, and I want to get his opinion on today's game, Chelsea and Newcastle United game. What's his thoughts on it? He'll give us his thoughts later after you give him. And the question regarding Manchester United and their dealings so far, Stephen.
Not so much on the dealings side of things. More to do with the whole Ten Hag thing, right?
Yeah.
Like, how long do you think he realistically gets? Because you lot haven't looked great. Okay, you're scraping results, but that's not going to last forever. You can only do that so much. And obviously, it was your downfall in the Champions League. And you're not in Europe at all now. So surely he's on, ticking time at this point.
Yeah, I mean, look, at the moment, he's not going to get the sack because obviously this Liverpool game was the do or die situation, and he has scraped past it. Now we are playing West Ham away and Aston Villa at home. Those are not easy games. And this Jim Ratcliffe, his takeover keeps getting pushed. Now he's expected to take charge in January or February. I mean, it was supposed to be Jan, but now it's Feb. So obviously he has to be consulted in any kind of sacking. So till then, I mean, Ten Hag has to stay, and he will stay. And hopefully, I don't know, I think there's a winter break for the Premier League as well. And we can get players like Casemiro and Martinez and I think Eriksen is back. So if we can get those key players, maybe our fortunes can change. But so far, what I have seen of Ten Hag, he's not the guy, man. I think this guy has too much of ego for a person who hasn't won anything. He hasn't built any kind of style of play after spending 400 million. I don't see anything. You can look at Arsenal, Tottenham, and forget Man City and Liverpool. Those guys are on different level, and you can say you can pinpoint on how Arsenal play, how Tottenham want to play. I mean, okay, Chelsea, you can say this is first season. Let's give them time. But as an outsider, you two guys are not United fans. You can't tell me how United are going to play. Despite losing to us. that was like, I mean, you guys should be ashamed of losing to us, in fact, because we lost to Bournemouth 3-0 the next week. So
Yeah.
that just shows how poor Chelsea are. But that's not about Chelsea. It's, yeah, look, our next game, this is, okay, this is 2nd December. What?
All right. Thank you very much, Scala. Scala, thank you very much for doing
This
the
is
show
an old
today.
game. Okay. Yeah, you're pulling up an old game. That's why I'm wondering, like, why is it written 2nd December? Because we already lost to Newcastle.
Okay. 12, I think in Cook. Okay. 12-7 said, I was shocked when Bruja makes that sitter against Sheffield United. Yes, sometimes some of these misses, Jackson have missed a lot. Weak Sauce is coming back again with another comment. He said, after how much United spent, it is worth restarting the project. Shouldn't Eric Ten Hag be given till the end of the season? Scala, it's up to you to answer. And what's Scala? You have any concern, or do you have any thoughts on these comments to you? And also let us know what's going on with Marcus Rashford right now.
Yeah, I mean, look, obviously we have spent 400 million. And when you spend that kind of money, as I said before, like, I expect United to play a particular style. That's why we bought this guy. We bought this guy because he played a particular brand of football at Ajax. He has well versed with the Dutch footballing ways. But I was listening to Jaap Stam. He was saying that Ten Hag hasn't even started to play his brand of football. But the manager says that he wants to play counter-attacking, not counter-attacking, sorry, on the transition. So what am I supposed to believe? Yeah, what am I supposed to believe? Like, no, for counter-attacking, you can plan. You can plan that these guys are going to be here. Like we saw how Real Madrid used to counter-attack under Jose. We don't play like that. We just try to play. We try to win the ball high up the pitch, and we try to spam balls using Bruno to Rashford and stuff like that. Those are like off the cuff. Those are not planned. Those are happening on the pulse. So. Yeah, man. I mean, I think he should get till the end of the season, and whatever it's worth. I don't think I don't think this time there is any top 5 because both Newcastle and Manchester United were knocked out. So there is no 5th place Champions League this season. And anyways, we are not getting Champions League. But yeah, man, might as well give him, because I want to see what he does when we have Martinez and Casemiro back. Hopefully that could change our fortunes.
Okay. Thank you very much, Scala. Scala, before we wrap up the show today, we got just 3 minutes more to wrap the show up, or less than 3 minutes to wrap the show up. What's your thoughts on the big game at Carabao Cup quarterfinals between Chelsea and Newcastle United? No VAR involved.
Is it at the bridge?
I think so, Steven. Is it at the bridge? No, it's not at the bridge. Is the game at the bridge?
Tonight?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why are you not going?
It's a cup game. I didn't get the tickets for it.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. The Premier League games is okay. So yeah, Scala, home game against Newcastle United. Chelsea went to St. James's Park. Lots of injury that Newcastle were having, but still lost 4-1 against Newcastle United. Do you think Chelsea have learned any lesson from that defeat?
I mean, look, I watched Newcastle's last game, and that 70-year-old youngster, he scored, and they needed that result because they were not doing well. They got knocked out of Champions League. So, but again, Chelsea are a bit like United. I don't know what you are going to turn up with. You beat Sheffield United comfortably. That's what we did. We beat you guys. Then we lost 3-0 at home to Bournemouth. Now I'm looking at this game. I can easily see Newcastle winning. But I can also see Chelsea winning as well, because you guys have on paper a stronger squad. Newcastle are, filled with injuries. So I think you would win it. I don't expect you two guys to win handsomely, because against Newcastle, you know what those guys do. They sit back, park the bus kind of thing. But I think you should win it. And I saw the Pochettino's quote about this Carabao Cup. He was saying, all these people who call this competition as Mickey Mouse. I think he was referring to United. He was saying that, certain teams haven't won a trophy in 10 years and they were celebrating. Yeah.
Sending shots.
Yeah. So obviously you guys are playing once a week. So this competition is very important to you. So you have to put out a strong squad because I think for any club like Chelsea, especially at Chelsea, going trophyless and not winning trophies for a long period of time is probably not acceptable, even if Roman is not the manager. So you have to take this competition very seriously, man, because obviously United are out. I think one more big team, or I think Liverpool are out as well. I'm not sure, but yeah, we are the holders of this competition, and we lost 3-0. So it's a good chance for you guys to win this.
Former Chelsea player and a Chelsea legend, Gas Puyet. Gas Puyet said that Chelsea need to take this competition very serious and go and win it because at his time when he came to Chelsea during the early days of Roman Abramovich, I think under Jose or something like that. I don't know if he played under Jose. He says under Roman's regime, Roman told him we have to win trophy every year. Every year, have to win trophy. So whenever they go on the pitch, they're playing to win every trophy. That was a statement coming from not statement that I read, but I heard his voice coming from Gas Puyet, ex Chelsea player and a legend in the football club. So on that,
I'll quickly say,
go ahead,
though,
Steven.
before we wrap up, is that it's all well and good saying about you don't know what Chelsea's going to turn up, right? For the most part, I'd say we've performed well, but also saying about United, right? United have an experienced squad. We don't really have that much experience in our team. You look at our team, it's a very young team. So it's like different ends of the spectrum.
Yeah,
that's true. I mean, you guys have so many. Yeah, you guys have so many. I think you guys are doing what Southampton did. If you remember last season, they bought all these young players and sold their all experienced players, and they got relegated. You know, they had a 19-year-old.
Relegated.
Yeah, they had a 19-year-old playing as centre back for 36 games. So I think that's the thing. Like I was watching this podcast of John Obi Mikel, and he was trying to convince Osimhen to join Chelsea. Because obviously you guys, the good thing about Chelsea is that they at least create chances. They don't have someone to put it in the back of the net. That's the big thing. And you guys have lots of players in the age bracket of, from 20 to 25. So you need a bit of experience. I think Nkunku would provide that. But again, you are pinning all your hopes on a player who is playing his first season in the Premier League and coming after an injury. So, I mean, it's not a guarantee. I mean, I expect, it's not I'm wishing, I expect Chelsea to go for Ivan Toney or Osimhen, one of those two guys, either in January, because if you read what Brentford's statement was that, they were saying that they are already preparing for his exit, this Ivan Toney. He is going to be available. And
I think he's
Brentford
going
to
on.
Chelsea.
He's going to Arsenal. I don't think he's going to Chelsea.
I mean, Arsenal don't have the money. I don't think they have the money. They spend so much on Kai Havertz. I don't think they have the money to buy Ivan Toney. He's going to be north of 100. Don't you think? It's at least 100. It's going to be, if we're considering what Declan Rice went for.
80 million, probably.
80, 90. Yeah. Chelsea can sell.
It depends how many teams go in for him, though.
Yeah, but whoever the teams are, you are going to outbid them. I mean, Chelsea have the money. That's the thing. You guys have so many players yet to sell. I was hearing that this Chalobah guy.
Yeah.
Is that Trevor Chalobah?
Yeah, Trevor Chalobah
was close to joining Bayern Munich. I think they want I mean, he's probably leaving in January.
Hakim Ziyech also been outstanding for what's his name at the Turkish club, not Benfica, sorry.
Yeah, this Galatasaray.
Galatasaray, yeah.
He scored against us.
Yeah, he's playing very well. His price tag is going up and going up. So yeah, Chelsea can get a lot of money, at least 35 from Hakim Ziyech. That goes into FFP. And then other players that we can also say, we have lots of them. Still players.
This guy also returning, isn't it? Like Malo Gusto, he's coming back.
Yeah, Malo Gusto returns. I think he was on the bench last game against Sheffield United.
He was on the bench last game. He came on.
Yeah, so probably
Lavia is coming back, isn't he? Lavia, he's back, isn't he?
Soon, yeah.
Lavia probably next 2-3 weeks he should be back.
Carney will be back about somewhere in January as well, probably middle.
Yeah, Scala, what's your thoughts on this young chap so far? Do you think Pep is regretting letting him go?
I think that's one thing which Pep doesn't do. He doesn't regret selling players. I mean, if you remember what happened in that situation, I think what Cole Palmer did, the exact same thing was done by Ferran Torres. If you remember, he wanted to go to Barcelona. And Pep didn't stop him. He said, "You can go if you want." I mean, he wasn't going to. In his eyes, he didn't think Pep like Ferran Torres or a key player. Same goes for Gabriel Jesus. Same goes for Cole Palmer. Once Pep thinks that you are not the guy, like he wanted Bernardo Silva. He was so desperate for Bernardo Silva to stay, despite the interest from Barcelona. Same goes for Kyle Walker. Kyle Walker was close to joining Bayern Munich. So Pep values those players who really thinks that these guys have to stay. So I don't think he thought that Cole Palmer, despite him scoring in the Community Shield and a couple of goals in that Super Cup. So I don't think he thought that this guy is the guy. But I do like watching him, and I think he's a very talented player. I also like his attitude. I mean, if you remember the penalty he scored against, I can't remember which penalty he scored. He has scored so many, but I think it was against Arsenal, wasn't it? To level up, or maybe Tottenham, where all the players were crowding the referee, and he was just holding the ball, waiting to take the pen, and he scored that.
Man City, wasn't it?
Yeah, exactly. I think, you're right, Man City. So that game, you can see this guy, despite his young age, he behaves like a mature individual. And even when he plays, even the goal he scored against United, where he just slid past Onana. So I think he's your most technically gifted player on the ball. I was expecting that to be with Enzo, but I think I don't know. I'm a bit confused with Enzo Fernandez at the moment. He seems to be coming under lots of pressure. People are already saying that this guy isn't what you thought to be because of a good World Cup. Because let's be honest, no one was watching Benfica for 6 months. That's how much long he was. So, yeah, man, Cole Palmer. I wish to see him in the number 10 position, because I think the way this guy receives the ball on the half turn, he's a good player on the center of the pitch. Because you guys have this guy, Madueke, coming back, isn't he?
And Madueke probably be sold soon.
He's a right winger, but then you got this, Kani Chukwuemeka. Before the injury, he was quite good. You got that another guy, another African, like I can't pronounce his name. He starts with U. Is it Ugucheko, something like that?
Yeah, Leslie Uguchukwu. Yeah, he's injured right now. He's injured.
Yeah, he's decent as well. So you got to have so many midfielders, man. We haven't mentioned Caicedo, Lavia, these guys, Conor Gallagher.
Those are luxurious players for the future.
Yeah.
All right, so Scala, thank you very much, my brother, for joining us here. Stephen and I, we are done for the day. Scala, what's your prediction? Score prediction. Let's wrap up with the score prediction, and we're done for the day. Before I acknowledge all my viewers, Scala, score prediction.
I think it's Chelsea going to win 2-1 probably. I think I don't expect you guys to blow away Newcastle, but I expect you to win, because this is a competition you have to take seriously, and I think you will come through 2-1.
Thank you very much. Scala believes that Chelsea can win this game 2-1. Chelsea cannot blow Newcastle off, but then, playing at Stamford Bridge, the odds probably will be with Chelsea. Steven, very close, right? Scoreline. Don't tell me Chelsea will come up with a narrow win.
No, that's actually what I've been saying all day. I actually have been. Because my thing is, I've been saying that, right? Because I don't give scorelines, but also I never know what Chelsea's going to show up. A couple of games we're clinical, and then the next we might just manage to get that 1 or 2 lucky goals that seal it.
So you're going for a narrow win, Chelsea 1-0?
Mm-hmm.
Or Chelsea 2-0, 3-1, 4-3? By one. Okay. Thank you very much. And I'm going for a 2-0 Jackson, and Ryan Sterling will be back on the score sheet again. Jackson and Ryan Sterling will be back on the score sheet again. So 2-0 for Chelsea. Guys, we'll be right back after the game ends for your match review for you guys to have your say. So yes, we'll be back for a match reaction. Call-in section. We'll be right back right after the game comes to an end. So keep your bell notification icon, like I said, always. It's very, very important on YouTube. If you don't keep your bell notification icon active, you're going to miss a lot of our stream. Weak Sauce, nice to have you on the show. 1207, thank you for returning again. The Bros family, nice to have you too. Nice to have new members jumping on the show. KOC, thank you very much for supporting the channel in the distance. The Weak Sauce, like I said, I want to love you forever. Lord Vapor Nation, Thank you for all the crew that made this stream possible. I want one, two, three. Love you. Oh my God, only if I can say the name. Thank you very much for supporting the channel in that distance. Scala, do you have anything else you want to say, or do I have to close it up?
Yeah, I mean, look, nothing much to say. I hope you guys win this because lately, you know, there's a small rivalry developing between Newcastle and Newcastle and Manchester United ever since we beat them. So yeah, I mean, it's not a big rivalry, but you know, we don't really like Newcastle, especially since what happened in the early 2000s.
Yep.
With I mean, I forgot the manager's name who had a hissy fit in the press conference where he was saying that I would love to beat United. I hope. Anyways, it's era gone by, but yeah, if Chelsea don't win this competition, you know, I can already see some people in your higher. I mean, look, I was reading somewhere, not to take this long, but there are some altercations happening between your board members. You know, some people are indifferent towards each other. So,
our current board members. You think so?
Good to see the media are stirring again. Love that.
The media is trying to. I haven't seen
I've
any
not even seen
report
that
somewhere.
report, but I know
I
it's
heard that,
media
you know,
BS.
something happening between Iqbali and other guys. Like there's some indifference.
Oh, does that got to do with Bowley not coming to Stamford Bridge like he used to anymore? Is it that one?
No, I'm just mentioning Iqbali. He's on the board, right?
Yeah,
he and what's his name are the main ones because they're clearly him and Feliciano.
Yeah, Feliciano.
Yeah, I mean they're having some. I mean I don't know the truth. Maybe you guys know better, but I was.
Bro, I've not even seen that report, so it can't be like that common to be reported. So it's probably some journo who hates us looking for easy clicks because I've not seen a single like reliable person report it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just media stirring again because Chelsea and the media, we know what happens. They love to stir it up. So yeah, that's all that's got to be.
All right. So thank you very much, Scala. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Enjoy the Chelsea and Newcastle game. And we hope to see you guys again, hopefully after the game or maybe tomorrow on tomorrow's live stream. Leo Desperandos, like I always say, Stephen G.
Hang on to hope.
Absolutely. Hang on to hope. Do not worry too much about tomorrow because tomorrow will take care of itself. And worry about now until you go to bed. Along. See you guys again later. Bye-bye. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Blueclouds TV.